Bon matin, mes amis. Maledicta here on the mic with you for Shoegaze Wednesday, and I want to let you know today's show is very sadly but fondly dedicated to George Lowe, the voice actor who voiced Space Ghost. And can you imagine a world without Space Ghost? I can't. Maybe you're too young to remember Space Ghost. I'm old. But Space Ghost was an amazing show. One of the first joke animation talk shows ever. Maybe the only one? I don't know. There's the Max Headroom show, but that wasn't exactly animated, kind of like Space Ghost. But it certainly took its cue from that. What a show. What a show. There were some famous people on Space Ghost. Famous comedians, famous musicians. Bjork was on Space Ghost. It's a good episode. David Byrne was on Space Ghost. Michael Stipe was on Space Ghost. The Ramones were on Space Ghost. Lots and lots of musicians and tons of comedians. Everyone you know and love who is a comedian was on Space Ghost. Weird Al was on Space Ghost. You'll see it. I've got it in a lineup. But today's episode is most fondly dedicated to the one and only George Lowe. So that's how we're going to start today, is with the Space Ghost Coast to Coast theme song. And then we'll break into some shoegaze, because it's Shoegaze Wednesday. The world may be totally terrible, and oh my god, 2025, you took George Lowe from us. But I'm also feeling kind of good for George Lowe, because I'm like, well, if you died, at least you didn't have to live through the crazy shit show that's going on, right? Terrible, but also, God bless you. I'll see you on the other side, George Lowe. And maybe you're just a very lucky man. So we're not real sure. All of us are anguished here in the U.S. So maybe it's a better thing to not have to live through all this crazy stuff. But uh, I can't imagine it. Gone at 67 years old, probably of advanced heart failure. Probably had a heart attack. It was said on, oh, I don't know, the Adult Swim website that and they are no more. They are not broadcasting anymore, which is uh achingly painful to me as a person who loves Adult Swim and who raised themselves on Adult Swim basically. Oh, it crushes me. But nonetheless, sadly gone Adult Swim, but on their website they said that George Lowe had been suffering with a long illness. And I saw some guesses online from some people who had Twitter accounts who were attached to George Lowe, and they said that he had had two double aortic bisections this year, so he was probably suffering from heart disease. That's probably what took him, and that's, oh, my heart hurts. My heart hurts, and my space ghost sense, my space ghost spacey sense, because it's not a spidey sense for sure. My spacey sense tingles and goes, oh, George. First Martin Croker, then George Lowe. That, like I was saying to my boyfriend, the only one left alive might be Andy Merrill, the voice of Brack. Uh, so, in any case, happy trails, George Lowe. You're a good soul. And we'll play you some shoegaze this morning. We being me. Alright, so here's the songs you got up in this shoegaze set coming up for you. Got a post-punk shoegaze tune by a band called Cloak. Cloak with a zero in the middle, spelled all capitals, zero in the middle, CL0AK. Fantastic stuff. I can't find much from them on YouTube. But this song, I found this on my one of my fantastic subscription channels, one of the ones that just never fails to be awesomely good, E-Radio, from I believe they're doing they're doing their lists from Brazil, possibly, because I want to say that E-Radio is a Portuguese page, but I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong on the location on that. But anyway, E-Radio somewhere in South America and doing just amazing, amazing work with a collective of just mind-blowingly good songs. So, Cloak, No One's Gonna Save You this morning at the top of the list. And then we'll hear from Eula with the song Skull Crusher. This just came out 2 days ago. You see the video on that one. Fantastic stuff. And then we'll hear a Space Ghost clip. A good one. His interview with Willie Nelson. Oh, I loved his interview with Willie Nelson. That's one of my favorite episodes ever. And then Tarot with Incurable, also from E-Radio. Thank you so much for Thank you so much for these things, E-Radio. I would have a less interesting show without you. Thank you so much. Yeah. If you ever want videos for any of these things, hit me up. I got you. All right, so gonna hear from Tarot and Incurable, and then Half Sleeper from band called Half Sleeper, all caps, Half Sleeper, Castaway, somewhere between post punk and shoegaze this set.